Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth. I am back again for your mid-January 2015 monthly tarot horoscopes. This is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Capricorn. Right now I'm drinking some tri-salts. And I've got a little bit of a glamour thing going on right now because it's my birthday on the 25th. So I went out and bought a few things for myself to celebrate that. And I've got a magical scarf. So I'm going to send you a little bit of my magic right now for you. And really, I'm behind in doing these videos because I have been working on a new deck of cards, developing a new deck, and I have had a lot of private clients too, so I've been very busy, which is all great stuff. And thank you so much for all of your comments and emails. I mean, you guys are all amazing. I have a lot of Capricorn viewers and subscribers and clients, so I think it's because I cry in every video. You guys take pity on me and decide to call me or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just I vibe with the Capricorn so much because I've been through a lot myself. So anyways, so let me see what I get for you guys. And I will be posting my February videos probably around the 1st. So stay tuned for those. So, I actually had started to record this video, but I had to stop it, and I had started and stopped twice. So this is actually the third spread. I just shuffled just now, just so you know, and I just laid it out, but this will be the third spread. And the first two were really, really negative. And I have to say that it's probably because things are shifting very much for you guys right now. We're going into another Uranus-Pluto thing, I think in March. It's the last Uranus-Pluto square, which affects us. And I think that this spread is more positive, but the thing is it can shift into being really negative really quickly. So my word of caution, this is the first thing that I'm going to say, is for the next 2 weeks and into February, because we've got a Mercury retrograde, Capricorn, you need to go slowly, carefully. Normally Capricorn does. You know, Capricorn is very sure-footed, overanalyzes everything. But go slowly and carefully and think things through. And my feeling is that things could go really, really great, or they can be total shit. Okay? So some of you are going to be having a great end of January, and some of you not so much. So it really is your outlook, your perspective. You need to stay positive. You need to stay focused. You need to do things that make you happy. Don't focus on the negative stuff at all. And the thing is I started recording the negative ones, but I had to stop my computer, so it was just like, so it wasn't that I chose to read a more positive spread, because even in this spread there's negative things. But I just want to put it out there before I even start that things can shift and shift very quickly with you. And that means for my viewers, a lot of times I have clients who have what I call like a thin space between their thoughts and the universe. It's like thin, so it's like their thoughts manifest really quickly into either negative things or positive things. And so you guys need to really focus on your thoughts and manifesting into the positive stuff. And think positively, positive, for continuously the rest of the year, okay? The rest of the year and going forward, but specifically for the end of January, early Feb. So let's see what we've got. We have got This kind of interesting. Now, I forget what other sign had this. Maybe it was Scorpio. Capricorn, you may have a thing going on with a Scorpio in your life because this is very similar to Scorpio. What's where you're at, the path that you're on, is this Temperance card. And, you know, the Temperance card in my mind is like temper, temper, temper. Aunt Shirley needs to control her temper, And Aunt Shirley is Anne of Green Gables, I was quoting Anne of Green Gables for you Capricorns. I don't know why. And Capricorns do have a little bit of the volcano inside, okay? And things can kind of get explosive very quickly for a Capricorn if they're not careful. So I feel like you've got these moods, you've got anger in 1 minute, sadness the next, to extremes. You may spend a lot of time in solitude where you don't talk to anybody. You may want to have some more time, alone time, you may need it to kind of work on your emotions, because your emotions are just kind of going off the wall, highs, lows, all over the place. The reason that this is happening is because you have feelings for someone. Or you just are coming out of a time of hardship and your finances are starting to get better and starting to improve. And with all of this comes like a relief or a release of emotion. It's kind of just like you're relieved to be where you're at right now. And that's kind of my feeling. It's like you're taking care of business. You're being responsible like a Capricorn would. But you've got this emotional thing going on. And you need to be patient with yourself because this is how naturally you're responding to things. And you can't really control it that much. So you have to just be aware of it. By being aware of it helps you control it. Capricorns try to control things too much. The one thing they really don't have too much control on is their emotions because they kind of block it. They kind of shut it down, even from themselves. So if you need to cry, cry. If you need to, be angry, get angry, There was that movie with Robert De Niro and Billy Crystal. I really want to know what it is now. Hang on just a second. Let me see. I'll figure it out here. Sorry, it's taking... I think it was Analyze This. Yes. It's called Analyze This with Robert De Niro. That's what it is. That's the movie. If you haven't seen this movie, it is hilarious. It would Analyze This and then Analyze That, which was the sequel. Hilarious. Hilarious. It'll make you crack up. It'll be awesome. It was just a great movie. So anyways, I think he told Robert De Niro to get mad or something, and he's like, you gotta let it out, just let it out. And then Robert De Niro is just like, he has this gun and he just shoots this pillow, all these feathers go flying. He shoots this pillow like 10 times. Capricorn, I wouldn't say to do that. Okay, I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying try to let it out in a good way, positive way. Go running, do a little bit of exercise, get on the treadmill, whatever you need to do to let it out. That's my suggestion. Okay, so in the distant past, you got the Seed of Potential, okay, card, which is all about dreaming of comfort and stability and material security and potentially going back to school. To me, this is fertility, wanting to have a child. Also, struggling with materialism, struggling to let go of the need for materialism. Because in my mind, this girl, and this is the Capricorn, okay? So like the Capricorn in like ancient astrology was half serpent and half unicorn. The unicorn was the spiritual, the serpent was that kind of very earthy, materialistic side. So Capricorns have both, that they need to overcome that materialistic side in order to get to that higher sort of phase of enlightenment or stage of enlightenment and spiritual growth and spiritual learning. And so I see this card as, for you, how it applies to you is, in the distant past, you needed to really overcome materialism. Hanging on to things, hanging on to like the need for things, the need for like a nice car or a nice house or just like nice things, wanting nice things. Overcoming that. Maybe you had to give up things. Maybe, you became a nomad for a time, or you didn't really have a home for a time. Maybe, you just, you started to really learn the value, where value lies, because it's not in the things. It's not in the things. And this is tough for Capricorn because Capricorn loves, Capricorns are they have this earthy side that's kind of like this, I would say this greedy, earthy side. Like the greedy Italians, two greedy Italians, Gennaro Cataldo and, what is his, Antonio Carluccio, okay? So they go on, like the two greedy Italians, they drive around Italy in this show. I think it was in 2011 they had the show, or maybe it was earlier than that. And they drove around Italy and they ate and they just had this sort of lust for life. And they just love stuff, They love good food. They love good wine. They love good, pretty things and nice clothes and nice furnishings and soft blankets. Capricorns are very earthy and they're greedy earthy in that way. They love it all, There's this zest for that comfort for them. It's very comforting for them. And so in the past, you had to really overcome that. That's the thing. You had to be careful not to become all about that. Now, in the recent past, there was this hotness going on here, or thinking about this hotness. This might have been a revitalization of your hormones. This is the Ten of Cups. This is love, romance, happiness, and bliss. This is the whole ball of wax, okay? Chemistry. Okay, you may have met someone where you were just like, you touched them and it was like, zizzle, sizzle, To me, I call this the sex card. Scorpio gets this a lot. And for Caps, this is, maybe it's, you're kind of coming out of, a cooling phase into wanting to have this kind of relationship. Maybe you had, like a one-night stand with somebody, or you just had the desire to sleep with someone. This is wanting, not just, okay, so it's not just about sex, but it's wanting the full package. It's wanting the all relationship, the whole thing, the love, the romance, the happiness, being with someone. The problem with this card is this is not a lot of commitment. There's not that commitment factor necessarily. It changes case by case. Sometimes there's the commitment factor, and sometimes there's not. To me, this is like the desire for sex. This is the desire to sleep with someone that you really like. Need I say more? That's what it's all about. And what's crowning you right now is being very, I would say, very maternal. There's a girl here, she's, taking care of her 4 stuffed animals. You may have pets, you may have kids. Capricorns generally have both. And she's really into taking care of her family. Staying home. She's not really interested in going on partying. It's such a contrast from this card, okay? This card is really just like, wanting to get it on. And this card is not really caring about getting it on. So you've got this little, you're moving in, you're hot and cold, my feeling is Capricorn. You're kind of like, and that's what this is all about, too. Hot and cold. Being hot and cold. On the one hand, you want sex. You want to sleep with someone. On the other hand, you don't really care because you want family. You want security. You don't really want what comes with the roller coaster of relationships. And the message from the universe is not to worry. I'm getting you can have both. You can have both. And the universe is sending you a relationship. They're sending you love. They're sending you someone to sleep with, someone to have commitment with. So there may be 2 guys or 2 girls in your life. Maybe there was someone that, you wanted to sleep with. And now you're kind of just taking care of business, staying home a lot. You don't really care about partying too much and going out. And then in the future, there's commitment. So saddle up the horses because you're ready. Get ready for a ride. That's all I'm going to tell you. You're going to have commitment. It's so funny. It's so funny. I have a friend. He does we trade, and he's always like, "You're gonna meet someone, Beth. You're gonna meet someone." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "No, no, no." I don't believe you. That's what I say. I say I don't believe you. No, 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 no. So, Capricorn, if you're shaking your head, you're going, "No, I don't believe you, Beth. You're full of horse shit." I understand. I understand completely where you're coming from. But I have to tell you, it's there. Okay, it's there whether you want it or not. You have to accept it. When love comes your way, you can't help it. Okay? So yeah, and this is friendship as well. This is love in your life, be it friendship or a real relationship. My feeling is this here is going to graduate, okay, into this. Maybe because you were like, you know what? I'm not looking for just this. I want something more. And so you're like, I don't care if I have to stay celibate forever. I'm just going to do that until I find someone else that's going to be committed to me. And the universe is bringing you commitment. So you get your commitment, which is awesome. So, it is awesome. Even though I'm like, no way. I don't believe you. That's how I am anyways. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. No, don't believe you. No. And the funny thing is that you are scared of commitment, Capricorn. You are so scared. Either the person in your life, the guy that you're dealing with, is scared of commitment, which is why maybe this person here, to me it's the same person. This person here wanted to sleep with you or to see if they could sleep with you. And maybe they did or maybe they didn't, depending on your circumstances. But they're afraid of commitment. And the thing is, they are going to commit to you because maybe you held off or maybe because they want a commitment after all. My feeling is that it's in the position of your emotions. So it's you, Capricorn, too. that's afraid of commitment. And this will get back to Sagittarius as well. I think I just recorded Sagittarius. Sagittarius has this issue as well, or maybe some of you have Sag and Cap together in your chart. Strong Sagittarius, strong Cap. Similar thing, where it's sort of like Capricorn, if you're afraid of commitment, you're going to attract in somebody else who is also afraid of commitment, which is just how it goes. So you need to put it out in the universe that you're not afraid of commitment and that you want this. You have to be like, yes, I do want this. Yes, 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 yes. Rather than saying, no, I don't believe you. No, it's not going to happen to me. No, no, no. And what's coming in from the outside is this being closed. You're closed. You're not open to, maybe you're not open to the romance. You're not open to it. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's very selfish, somebody who's greedy, maybe you have financial issues. Maybe you don't want to give to others. Maybe, you're dealing with some legal crap, or maybe, because Capricorns are very litigious, or maybe you're dealing with some insurance issues. It feels just very like, the universe is not necessarily supportive of you right now. You got some interesting, I feel like relationship-wise, it's a good time. Financially, you're being very careful and cautious about the money that you spent. The thing is, you need to be more open and giving to others as much as humanly possible. So especially with your finances. So if you can do this, do this. It may just be that you're really struggling financially too. Some of you are struggling financially. Maybe you can't get ahead. Or maybe it's just like, you only have so much to spend and you're concerned about losing it all. It's in the back of your mind. You're like, well, what if I lose it all? But that thing is, it's a spiral. It's a negative spiral. It's a downward spiral. Do not go that way, okay? Do not go that way. You need to overcome this. You overcome this by planting your avocado seeds, by planting your apple trees, by meditating and saying to yourself, I am abundance, I am healthy, I am happy, I am prosperity, I have a giant coffer full of gold coins. That's you planting the seed in your head, and being positive. The thing is you're kind of blocked from emotional contentment in a way because of this negativity coming in from the universe. You would be able to feeling really full. See, if you weren't so selfish and self-centered. You need to think about others. You need to think more about others and being giving to others in order for you being open, being like, okay, I am the channel for prosperity. I am, open to receiving love and to receiving financial abundance. And the final outcome card is negative as well. It's feeling like no matter what you do, it's a struggle. No matter what, it's going to suck. No matter what relationship you get in, they're going to cheat. No matter what you do, they're always just going to be liars and cheaters and thieves in the world. And what's the point? Okay? And the thing is, it's a negative mindset. You can't have that. You have to go into things feeling like, okay, no matter what happens, I'm going to be all right. No matter what happens, I'm going to be as happy as I possibly can. No matter what happens, I'm going to live my life. That's it. No matter what happens to you, Capricorn, even if you had $0, you'd be fine. You need to accept that. You need to accept, okay, even if you had no money, even if you remained single for the rest of your life, even if you chose to do nothing and just sat in your room for the rest of your life, sat in my room for the rest of my life, you'd be okay. You'd be okay because the universe has a way of working things out. Energetically, I am a little concerned about you too, so I would strongly recommend private reading So one of the cards that I got in one of my first spreads for you was having a tear in your aura. Somebody got a hook into you, and that may have been healed, but also for some of you it may not have been healed because the card shifted. So I would say some of you need to have some cord cutting done. Some of you need to have Reiki healing done. Let me see if there's any final messages for you, Cap, aside from that, because that came to me. The other thing I did see was the Tower as well. And the Tower in one of the first spreads has to do with taking down the old, putting up the new. And some of you, I feel like in 2014, especially when I did the January video, it was all about in 2014 how you really just like deconstructed your life. The universe really just deconstructed your whole life, and you've had to rebuild since then. I feel like some of you are still in deconstruct mode. Some of you haven't done what others have done. So like, for instance, I moved, I switched careers, I quit my job, my full-time job. I moved all the way across the country to a place that I'd only been to once. You know, and I built up something else completely. You know, I have a new roommate, I have a whole new life with whole new people, all these, you know, new friends around me. So it's like I went through that in 2014. By December of 2014, my life was completely different. You know, going into 2015, my life is completely changed. Completely changed. My old life was destroyed. But something better has kind of been, you know, I rebuilt something better in its place. And I'm very happy. So the thing is like, but some of you are still in that process. Some of you are still in deconstruct and reconstruct mode where you're moving. You are quitting your job, getting a new job. You are figuring out what you want in your career. Maybe your old life, it has ceased to exist and you're rebuilding a new life. And so I feel like some of you, that's still going on, okay? Some of you are, the more resistant Capricorns are still doing that in early 2015. That's what early 2015 is about. The less resistant Capricorns, the ones that have gone through that already, this doesn't apply to you. What applies to you is more, I feel like emotional issues. I feel like more relationship issues. I feel like more financial issues. Becoming open to possibilities, becoming open to new things, becoming open to new relationships, kind of getting out of the funk of recovery mode and surviving mode into life again, kind of getting your life back, starting a new life. That's what the Capricorns need to focus on, that have already shifted and have already moved and have already changed and have already gone through all that Tower stuff. That is to say that it is possible that even the Capricorns that have shifted, they may need to shift again, which I would be very, very, very traumatized if this happened to me. So I understand if you're going, what? What are you talking about? I just moved. I just got a new job. I just started all over again, you know. Life is a process, and it's a battlefield sometimes. But I feel like I wouldn't worry about that so much right now. I think it's more applicable to the Capricorns that have been resistant to doing that, who've put the brakes on and been like, I don't want to do that. No. For those of you who have changed, the thing is that if you say the universe did, for whatever reason, require you to change and move and do it all over again, you could. You could easily do it. Why? Because you just did it. And you survived. And Capricorns can handle anything. So don't worry about it. Don't worry if it happens. Don't just go with the flow. I don't feel like January, that's really January for you. January for you is more about, again, rebuilding your life in a positive way with people you love. And maybe, experiencing some new romance. Maybe not. But I feel like that's coming. Maybe experiencing love. Maybe experience real relationships, good relationships. You know? So I was going to pull a final 3, wasn't I? I think I was. These are 3 awesome cards. So with the exception of the Queen of Wands, which I'm not really particularly liking, but this is you, Capricorn. I also think of this as an Aries woman too. Aries, Capricorn, or Taurus female. Also Sagittarius. Could be a Leo as well, but typically this is more, I see this as more of like fire or earth energy. And this is getting what you want. I feel like what you want for some of you is having children. I feel like some of you really want children. And you're going to get what you want. It may not happen right away. Maybe get in the spring or summer time, or even later next year, or later in the year sometime. I feel like you need to listen to more music. But this is typically this woman gets what she wants, always gets what she wants. So, and what you want is to be successful. And I feel like you're going to, because this is, you got the Victory card in the position of what's happening now. And you're going to be successful, really successful, which is awesome, you know? And then you also got the Passion card. A lot of people have been getting the Passion card, and I think this is because I think what's happened is that a lot of people are getting out of like just getting through day-to-day stuff because they've moved, because things have changed so much in their life in 2014, and now they can really focus on passion, on relationships, on all that stuff I was talking about. So I feel like that's, you know, you're ready to go, Capricorn. You've got a little bit of passion and desire going on. Kundalini, like I said, is Scorpio. I feel like Caps and Scorps they're going to be getting it on towards the end of January. And if Capricorn doesn't get it on in January, February, March, soon, it's coming. It's coming. And all this fire energy for Capricorn can't contain it for too long because they're the horny goats. So I would say Cap, you know, you can only hold back the tide for so long. And those of you who aren't really focused on relationships, I feel like you're more focused on finances. I feel like your finances are going to like really improve and even out. But just remember to be open and do your affirmations and plant your garden, and even if it's indoor garden. And remember to say thank you to the fairies for all their blessings for you, and for blessing your garden too. So that is all for you, my lovely Capricorns. I will be back again in February. And I wish you all the very best with things. Feel free to message me. Let me know how things are going. And I will talk to you guys again soon. All right? Send you big hugs. Big kisses. Take care. Thank you.